Looks like you can still find me at this hour. I thought I had already disappeared. Today, I'm guessing your phone battery is around 40%. As usual, if I guessed right, let me know, or leave a comment below, just so I know I'm not completely forgotten. Alright, enough talking. Let's get straight into today's story. After recently being forced to move, Will received a large compensation payment. He had officially become a man who got rich from demolition. This unexpected windfall was enough for him to retire early. He returned to the land left behind by his ancestors, planning to build a home where he could enjoy his later years. Having always lived frugally, Will decided to reuse the timber salvaged from his old house to build this cabin. After digging out the foundation pits, Will began building the support piers. He stripped the bark from the logs, then coated them with preservative. Only then could they be buried and backfilled. The tops of the piers also needed a protective coating to ensure the foundation would resist decay. Seeing how carefully he worked, the preservation crew should give him a like. For the cabin's floor framing, Will measured and cut the joists to match the pier spacing, securing them with steel nails. Next, he simply installs the prepared boards onto the joists, creating a solid base for the cabin. He places the timber salvaged from the old house onto the supporting structure, then begins building the cabin's support posts. Before stacking the logs, insulating strips are placed between the joints to improve the cabin's insulation. At every intersection between the logs, 2.5-inch steel nails are driven in, ensuring the support posts can handle the load. Once the support posts reached a certain height, Will added a crossbeam. Besides strengthening the structure between the posts, it also provided a base for the windows. After installing each crossbeam, he checked it with a spirit level, making sure everything was perfectly level. Once the support posts were completed, he added beams across their tops as well, tying the entire cabin frame together. Next, Will used a steel ruler to mark the positions of the ceiling joists. He secured the wooden joists onto the beams, creating a base for the ceiling boards. Besides supporting the ceiling, the platform also made it easier to build the roof frame. He secures 2 boards to the inside of the posts, then installs the finished wall sections one by one. He marks the window positions on the middle beam, so that during construction, the openings can be left in exactly the right places. Will carefully controls every step, checking everything with precise measurements to keep installation errors down to the millimeter. That ensures the walls fit together perfectly. Every movement is precise, smooth and effortless. His craftsmanship is truly masterful. Even the birds can't resist coming over to watch. Will the Hulk uses some leftover materials to build a wooden box, then hangs it from a large tree. After adding some food, he gives the local birds a little place to rest. And whenever he's bored, he can watch them play. Since Will plans to build insulated walls, the window frames must be installed first. Before adding the insulation, synthetic film replaces the glass, providing enough natural light indoors. The gaps on the inside of the walls are sealed with boards to prevent drafts. Cut pieces of insulation are fitted into the wall cavity, then covered with a moisture barrier to keep out outside moisture. The walls can then be sealed with wooden boards. The gaps between the roof and walls also need to be filled with insulation. Using the joists as a guide, he cuts grooves into wooden blocks to seal every gap neatly. As for the rest of the walls, he simply repeats the same process. While sorting through materials, whenever Will finds a suitable piece of wood, he simply turns it into furniture. Even without any blueprints, the entire design of the house already seems perfectly clear in his mind. To create the perfect roof, Will heads up to take measurements. After recording the dimensions, he begins building the roof frame. 2 wooden beams are crossed to form an A-frame, then nailed together at the joint. They can then be installed onto the roof. On the eastern platform of the cabin, he sets up 2 wooden posts and secures them with a crossbeam. connecting the posts to the cabin roof. Creates the frame for a viewing balcony. To improve the waterproofing of the roof tiles, Will cuts a number of PVC washers. He drives nails through the center of each washer to secure the tiles. Even in heavy wind and rain, water won't seep indoors through the nail holes. Once the roof tiles are installed, wooden trim is added along the eaves for decoration. The uneven sloping edges also need special attention to make the lines look smooth and clean. The gable wall also needs careful finishing to keep the exterior looking neat. As the saying goes, cold starts from the feet. The same goes for a wooden cabin. Will lays a thick layer of insulation beneath the indoor floor, combined with a moisture barrier. Even when it's minus 40 degrees Celsius outside, the interior can stay warm and comfortable. After laying the solid wood floor, Will starts building himself a comfortable bed. He marks the desired height on the wall, then nails 2 wooden supports into place. The wooden boards are then laid across them. At the head of the bed, he handcrafts a wooden table and chairs, bringing a warm, homely feeling to the cabin. Next, he begins building the front wall around the entrance. He finds a suitable door panel in the scrap pile and modifies it to fit the new cabin. 2 framing pieces are then secured to form the door frame, and the side walls are sealed using the same method as before. The walls are then completed. The door is fitted to the frame with sturdy hinges. To improve the cabin's insulation, the door is also lined with a moisture-resistant layer, keeping the cold air outside. Wooden strips are added to the surface for decoration, and the front door is complete. For the eastern viewing deck, Will uses leftover materials to build a relaxing lounge chair. Now he can sit here and watch the birds. The space beneath the deck is enclosed with treated wooden boards, keeping small animals from getting inside. For the front porch, Will uses 2 posts and a crossbeam to build the frame. He secures the upper structure to form the roof framework, then adds roof tiles to create a simple rain shelter. Around the porch, he builds a wooden railing to make entering and exiting safer. Around the entire cabin, he also collects moss-covered stones from the mountains to add a natural touch. The result gives the cabin a unique charm. Behind the cabin, he uses a wooden board and posts to build a firewood rack. He collects old wood to use as firewood. To make life a little more enjoyable, Will builds a table and benches in the yard. In summer, he can come here to relax, listening to the birds singing in nature. He digs a small pit nearby and lines it with stones to make a fire pit. On clear days, he can enjoy some barbecue and a cold beer here. Just imagining it feels relaxing. Of course, Will also plan for an indoor fireplace. After laying down a fireproof mat, he places the finished fireplace on top. He cuts an opening in the wall for the chimney, then installs the chimney pipe. And with that, Will's wooden cabin is finally complete. Looking at this cozy life, I almost want to retire early too.